We've got the Lexus UX and it gets a power boost for 2025.
We don't entirely agree on this one. Nice clear traffic.
Oh, good power.
This video is brought to you by Squarespace. If you're looking to make a beautiful new website, we'll tell you about that partway through the video. Right now, we're going to get into what's under the hood of this thing.
A 2-liter 4-cylinder with Lexus Hybrid Drive. It's matched to an e-CVT and gets a combined 196 horsepower. Standard all-wheel drive in Canada, front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive options are available in the US.
So this has been updated with a new powertrain for 2025, but what do you get on the inside? What are the key standard features?
The base trim comes with a 7-inch multi-information display, an 8-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple Carplay and Android Auto, a 6-speaker audio system, 8-way power front seats, heated and ventilated front seats, Nuluxe upholstery, a heated steering wheel, a moonroof, and Lexus Safety System Plus 3.0. In the US, there are some features that are not standard, like heated and ventilated front seats and a heated steering wheel.
Well, the sport switch is way up there on the dash like the LFA, but what are we going to put it in?
Got to put it in S for subscribe, and if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this. The couple car review twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
Make sure to like and subscribe, but also follow along on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrew to see what's up behind the scenes and to get a question in. More on that halfway through. And for me, it's Motormouth_Auto, and the links are below the like button. All right, Andrea, we're in the UX, one of Andrea's favorites. Not so much for me. We'll tell you more about that in a moment. What are the updates for 2025?
Well, it gets a power boost, an extra 15 horsepower. This is the first Lexus to use the 5th generation hybrid system, new exterior color option called Copper Crest, and some tweaks to the interior. You've got a new shifter and available 12.3-inch digital driver display. And standard on all trims is Lexus Safety System Plus 3.0.
So we're getting into our why we disagree on this. It's all about space. It's got nothing to do with the way this drives, because this 5th generation hybrid system that Lexus now in the UX and in Toyota in vehicles like Camry are using is really good. It gets you more power, greater efficiency. It's a win-win for everybody. And then this small platform, I think it's a home run.
And some of you have asked me, 15 extra horsepower, does it really make a difference? Yes, it makes a difference. This is quicker than the last model. I'm really impressed with the power. Never have I felt a lack of power in this model. And when accelerating on the highway, you don't have to worry about power, but it does get a little bit louder under harder acceleration.
Yeah, so there is a nice option out there for people who want to have, in our opinion, really a great urban runaround vehicle, a great commuter vehicle, but with the Lexus badge and Lexus amenities on the inside.
And it feels refined. It feels like a Lexus. The cabin is quieter than what you would get with a Toyota model. Mm-hmm. So you're paying more for a Lexus, but you're also getting more. The steering is fairly light in this model.
I actually found it was just about right. I mean, it wasn't too over boosted.
No.
For example, the Corolla Cross Hybrid is like, there's nothing there. You don't feel much. This one, at least there's some feedback.
It feels really good. And, as a city runaround, obviously because of its compact size, so easy to weave in and out of traffic. Parallel parking is a breeze. I really love it as a city runaround.
The way it looks on the outside to me, Andrea, especially with the big oversized Lexus grille, this looks bigger than it is on the inside. It looks like it's got a nice stance to it anyway.
Yeah, it's got a nice bold look to it with the spindle grille. This gets 6.3 inches of ground clearance and comes standard with LED headlamps, LED tail lamps. You get roof rails, 18-inch wheels, and run flat tires.
No temporary spare tire.
Now, some benefits with run flat tires: if you do puncture it, you can still drive it for a little while at low speeds. But the issue that I have with run flat tires is when you get on the highway.
Go on this side, maybe a little bumpier over here, we'll see.
So when you get on the highway, you do hear the run flat tires, and that's my only issue with them.
Okay, here we are on the rougher bit.
Still pretty good.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Listen, I'm not going to hammer it because of this. It's
Me either.
absolutely passable. Okay, go on the other lane. It's quieter over
No,
there.
this is smooth.
Much better.
Sounds pretty good. Available features include LED cornering lights, LED fog lamps, power folding exterior mirrors, and reverse auto tilt mirrors, which I really like for parallel parking.
If you want a sportier look, you get the F Sport models. They include exterior design elements like an F Sport grille, F Sport wheels, and F Sport badging.
This video is brought to you by Squarespace.
We are actually building a new website using Squarespace. And I got to tell you, as somebody that knows nothing about websites, it is very easy to do. All you do is get in there and start dragging and dropping. It's that easy.
First, we selected a professionally curated template, and then we changed the template to our images and files, building exactly what we need.
So once the website is up and ready to go, you start receiving all the analytics you need to see how your website's doing. And you can even look it all up on an app.
The app works with iOS and Android. You can even edit your website on the go.
So you don't need to be afraid or intimidated. It really is that simple. And I encourage you to go to the link in the description below. Grab that link and use it to get 10% off your first Squarespace purchase.
The UX interior really does feel upscale. This has got Nuluxe upholstery, which it comes standard with. I like all of the buttons, and you've got a volume knob. The infotainment system is easy enough to use. We've got the dual 12.3-inch screens in here, and it really does give it a sophisticated look.
Yeah, it's also got an interesting pad on the top of the dash. It has this, almost looks like a recycled material.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It does feel like it's upscale, and I give them credit for that. So the space is a deal breaker for me. I want more space in the back seat, want more cargo area, and for this price, I can buy some other vehicles. In the Toyota line, I can get a fully equipped Toyota Camry all-wheel drive, or I can get an all-wheel drive Prius with a hatchback, and we're going to touch more on this in Questions, Coffee, and Cars.
Storage in here is okay. The door pockets, I wouldn't say are big, but you could put a water bottle in. This storage compartment, you can open it up on both sides. You've got a wireless charger at the front of the center console. I really like the shifter in here. I'm glad that Lexus went with that shifter. It just looks kind of sporty and a little bit more streamlined. You've got a moonroof in here with a manual sunshade. I think overall it does feel like a premium product. If you are interested in something sportier, go for the F Sport model with aluminum pedals, a perforated leather trimmed F Sport steering wheel, F Sport badging, and F Sport seats.
Available features on the UX include a wireless charger, a 10-speaker audio system, head-up display, driver's seat memory system including mirrors, a power back door with kick sensor. All right, here's me getting in the back seat. Once you get in, which is a bit of a struggle if you're big, there's not a lot of leg room, there's not a lot of headroom, but the cushion is pretty comfortable.
Comparing the UX to the Audi Q3, the Lexus has 42 inches of front row legroom, which is 2 inches more than the Audi. Rear seat legroom is where the UX falls short at 33.1 inches. The Q3 has an extra 3 inches of space.
When you lift the power liftgate on this model, you'll notice that the cargo area isn't that big, and it has a quite high floor to it, so even the opening at the back is rather small.
Cargo space behind the rear seat is 17.2 cubic feet, which is less than the Q3.
Time now for Questions, Coffee, and Cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
It's such a nice, comfy, great car, but it really is tiny. I couldn't get over the no backseat space in the UX. It's about the size as some third row seat room.
That is true.
It is small. There's no doubt about that. And it's not going to work for everybody.
No. It's a very specific use case, this vehicle. We've already talked about it earlier in the video. For me, Andrea, I said it already, for the similar kind of money, I would just get a fully loaded Toyota Camry, all-wheel drive, way more space, big trunk, and great driving dynamics. That's the one I would get for this price.
But some people want a crossover. They don't want to get a sedan.
It's a car.
And this is an entry-level Lexus. Entry-level. and it's actually priced quite well. I'm not going to give this away yet because coming up in our hot topic, we really drilled down on price. But you're right, it's not going to work for everybody. I was out with our son yesterday, and he's 6 feet tall. He was sitting in the front. It was just the two of us. Boy, what a great city runaround. Love it. Love it as a daily driver in the city.
Yes, absolutely. Specific use case. If you're a young, married, professional couple with no kids, you're not going to put car seats in the back and strollers. It's too small. If you're a family of 4 and it's your only vehicle, forget it. It's a great second car. It's a great vehicle for someone who's commuting on their own every day. Absolutely. Yep. But look, for that kind of money, I want maybe more car for the money.
And that's fair. That's fair for those who want a Lexus and want a crossover like this. Maybe this will work for them. I hear from many of you who own this vehicle who are absolutely thrilled with it. So chime in. Let us know.
Of course, they're all going to take your side, Andrea. They always take your side.
They're not going to take my side. It's just that they own the UX and they're super happy with it.
We should check a week later and see, Zach's right, it's way too small, versus Andrea's right, I love it, at the end of the week.
He's so competitive, isn't he?
No, I'm not competitive.
I'm not at all. I'm just
give me a break.
I'm just like, well, whatever. Let's hear from you.
I'm not competitive.
The interior actually looks better than the NX, in my opinion. Thankfully, piano black looks to be minimal too.
Here, absolutely. I like the more it's really a car hatchback. I really like the car layout of the dash and the no shiny hard plastic. Well done, Lexus.
And how about this color? I mean, what a gorgeous color combo with that Grecian water blue, and then you've got the Palomino caramel color. I think it looks fabulous, and I just am so impressed with the matte black finish. Less dust, less fingerprints. We've got to see more of this. How is the seat comfort visibility? Thanks, love your reviews. Thank you.
Oh, the seats are good, and this has got way more visibility. Another vehicle I mentioned earlier is maybe you get a Prius.
Yeah.
The outward visibility with the A-pillar is really limiting with that car. This is much better, classic crossover kind of vibes.
Yeah, it feels quite open. The seats are cushioned. Gee, I was in it again, and I was thinking, man, this thing is comfortable.
All right, you're going to trade in your Miata for one of these, Andrea? It's about the same price.
Yeah, it's about the same price.
What do you think?
No, I'm not, because I have an SUV already that I could drive. But if I
didn't
have the Miata...
bombing around town, running errands, it was just perfect.
It was, but I'm not going to buy it immediately. I'm just saying it's a good option for many people.
And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
Isn't it too expensive for the size?
So you get a small crossover vehicle, and the good news is you don't get a big price tag in comparison to the competition.
Yeah, when you look at subcompact vehicles like the BMW X1, the Audi Q3, or the Cadillac XT4, this has a lower starting price, and we went through the key standard features off the top, and they include ventilated front seats. So I actually think this is priced quite well for the base model, and you get a lot for your money.
And probably the biggest selling feature for this particular vehicle is the fact that you get the Toyota 5th generation hybrid system. It gets incredible fuel economy. The competition in this class don't even offer a plug-in hybrid or a hybrid. This is the only one, so that's a major selling feature.
And if you're interested in more space, there's always the Lexus NX Hybrid, but the difference in price is quite substantial in Canada. The Lexus NX Hybrid now starts at almost $60,000, and this is just under $47,000 in Canada, so there's quite a bit of a difference in price, and that's why I say this does offer a lot of value.
All right, we're going to get into the fuel economy. It's a big deal for this one, and more in our vital stats.
Let's start with pricing. We'll do Canada first and then move on to the US. Pricing includes freight, PDI, and fees. The base model starts at just under $47,000, and the top F Sport 2 trim is just over $54,500. In the US, the first front-wheel drive model starts at just over $37,500, and the top F Sport handling all-wheel drive model is just over $47,500.
Well, this is why you're all here, for the fuel economy. This is all-wheel drive fuel economy, 5.3 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 5.9 on the highway. That's 44 miles per gallon in the city and 40 on the highway. The UX is not rated for towing. Lexus offers a warranty of 4 years, 80,000 kilometers or 50,000 miles. In the United States, complimentary maintenance is covered for 1 year or 10,000 miles. All right, let's get into other luxury subcompact SUVs. What else can you choose?
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is the Audi Q3 with a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, 228 horsepower, and a starting price of $47,500.
The Volvo XC40 with a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, 247 horsepower, and a starting price of $50,000.
The BMW X1 with a 2-liter turbo 4, 241 horsepower, and a starting price just under $51,000.
The Cadillac XT4 with a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder, 235 horsepower, and a starting price of just over $48,000.
So there are 4 subcompact SUVs for you to consider.
Lightning round, 2 things we like, 2 things we'd like to see improved.
I really like the refined drive.
They didn't need to, but they added this latest hybrid system.
What I wouldn't mind are some heated rear seats back there.
I'd like more space, please. Well, there it is. It's the updated Lexus UX. What do you think of that?
Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.